Is love supposed to be peaceful or dramatic?
God.
I mean, to me, I think a nice in between. A little this, a little that, a little peaceful and dramatic. Because if you're just one way, how boring. How about you?
Hey, I like a little bit of both.
Oh my God, we're twins.
I'm Boots.
And I'm Coco.
Welcome to COCOISM, the podcast. Hi, Coco. How you doing?
Period.
So good to be here with you.
Defining love, honey. We're going to define it quickly because we ain't got a lot of time. To me, love is showing up. Love is being there for someone. Love is, or should be, simple. How about you?
That's a sweet answer. I would say love for me would be trust, passion, and unconditional.
Wow. Blessed be thy era.
I mean, it's that time of year. We've arrived in our love era here at COCOISM, and that's exciting. You know, there's so much under the heart, in the heart,
Oh, under and above.
under. And I mean, how would you rate yourself, like, you know, romantically on a 1 to 10 scale?
As a romantic human being, I would say like I'm a solid 9.5. How about you?
I strive to be a 10, but my honesty will take me to an 8.
Period. I think that those are solid numbers. I think when people say 10, you should question them. You should really question them, sweetie. I mean, that's just my opinion. That's my opinion.
I mean,
Period. How about self? How do you rate your self-love?
wow. I mean, I love that too, because I do think that can change over time. So there may be times where it's not so high, but for self recently in the past, at this point in my life, I'm still there at an 8 because
Okay.
I'm improving always.
I love it.
What about parenting?
I mean, I haven't told myself yet.
Oh my
And
God.
let's be honest, this simply comes with, as soon as I met myself, I realized, and I met myself, I think around, honestly, where I really was like, okay, this is who I am and I accept that. And that's when it's a 10 for me, sweetie. I'm a 10 with that. Maybe a 9.5 because I said 10 people are crazy. So I mean, I have to just swallow that pill. But as a parent, how would you say your love with?
That is,
Don't you dare say a 10.
that's a 20.
Period. I was going to say 11 because 11's my number.
I know. I mean, it's beyond, right? I mean, it has literally no number because it shoots to the end, infinity.
And yeah, I mean, I totally agree. And I always knew I wanted to be a parent, but then when you become one, you realize you don't realize initially. I think you realize there's a point that something will happen. You're like, oh, it like hits you like a bag of bricks. And then you realize like you would do anything for this human. And that takes you right into Valentine's Day and Matthew's first Valentine's Day with having a
You know, it's an emotional time here in the Bueno house, and the love is blooming, and we're ecstatic about it. It's very sweet. Yes, Matthew is in his first relationship. He just recently came out as straight. He is celebrated his first Valentine's Day. And it's so cute because it's like, I can't stop talking about it. The family is excited. You know, Matthew is so loved and every little thing that he does, I was thinking about this in the car, is an exciting thing. And we may make a big deal about it. And I cannot change that, make it different. But, you know, becoming a parent like at 40, I everything is so exciting because it still feels so new to me, and that like it's never gonna be like, oh, I mean, of course, you know, but it's like brand new every time.
period.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just take a little step back. Like when you said every little thing, it made me think of that song. Every little thing that we do is a thing we do. But anyways, I love how you also said this is the first, you say that he came out as straight because, just so that we all know, no one was really that clear. And you're not really clear until you take that first step. No, he even made a comment of like, oh, like, didn't you know I was straight because of, my room and the way that I play sports? And I was like, sweetie, I have known many of gay men that do all of the same things the same
I
way.
mean, heated rivalry that.
Period. Example one, two, and three.
That was a really sweet moment.
It
It was
was.
really cute that he pointed out his room and the things that
Hmm.
he does. And he's adorable.
Yep.
And so, yeah, Valentine's Day, it was an epic weekend. I happened to be away, but I heard a lot of what you guys went through preparing for the actual moment.
Yeah, and
And
this preparing happened soon after he told us. He was like, "Oh, you're getting Papa Boots flowers, right? So can you give Sophia flowers as well?" And I was like, "No, no, no, sweetie, this is your venture. You have to pay for the flowers, but this is your venture. I will tell you where to go and where to get the most for your money because on the side, I love flowers and I know where to get them. I know where to get the most for your buck." So we woke up. He was up at 7:30 on Valentine's Day because I said we're gonna go early. I was like, wow, 7:30. So then we get up, go to the flowers, we find them the best ones. Then he's like, oh, I gotta go run out to get some gifts. He gets a basket full of things, which I didn't really expect. And then he said, I can't believe I did all of this. It was like he was self-aware of like this huge thing that he was doing for someone else, which as a parent, seeing your kid like be so thoughtful in the way that he's been thoughtful in his life to us, but like to give that to someone that, he really likes. That was really a beautiful moment. And he was very excited to give it to her.
that's so cute.
I mean, I had brought to tears many times, but it was just like, wow, like I just felt I had tapped myself on the back. I tapped him. I tapped everyone that has been involved with this little man's life. I tap us all on our backs because this moment is a very beautiful moment to be a part of, you know? Forgot I had those on because I can't be having a double ear talking about that to you.
Well, you always know it's coming, but you just don't know when,
Yeah.
right? To all the parents out there,
Mm.
it's you can't plan it.
Mhm.
So that we've arrived is super I'm excited for him. I mean, could you talk about what you hope Matthew learns about love?
Mm. I hope that I know that the example that and the way that we show up for each other,
Mm,
he's really taken something from that. How we work so closely together and all that. But I really hope that he takes that, like, whoever you decide to be with, whatever you decide to be with, it's it's showing up, it's listening, it's understanding each other and wanting to understand, not being with someone to get certain things, but to like really want to spend time with this person and want to be friends. Yes, you're together, they might be beautiful, but it's like really just showing up for each other. And yeah, how about you?
I see that. I mean, I see that in I like how you said that a lot.
Mm,
I see it in how we've raised him, and how love is shared in our home. So I've already, we got to meet her today.
literally hours ago.
So the kindness is there and it's very
Mhm,
sweet and Um, yeah, I mean, I feel like I want him to know that love is kind,
mhm,
and you want to treat people the way that you want to be treated, and that there is nothing wrong with love. So
mhm.
I'm excited that he's exploring this in his life, and
Yeah.
even with that, it's like I think we've always we've been waiting to see like what are these changes in him as he grows up. So it may be hanging out with friends, it may be whatever hobbies he has, and like how is that going to change, right? It's like and that's what we're seeing now. So now that he has a girlfriend, we're watching him spend less time with his core group of buddies that he's just always out with. He's, wants to be out all the time and he has plans, he loves to ride his e-bike all over LA. And you see that kind of like scaling back. And
Mhm,
even before him kind of letting us know about his girlfriend, we have been talking behind the scenes like, hey, like he's not really like spending time with the group. Like he seems to be home a little bit more. And we kind of saw this sort of bubbling up until he came
mhm,
and told us. And, I think that he's such a smart person and he knows what love is, and he knows what friendship is. He's a very loyal human being. But even over the weekend, I heard that there's a little bit of tension in his core group because I think he may be the first person to be dating someone
Yeah,
in his group, and that's causing a little drama. Um, but what I appreciate about it is that he's open in talking about it, and he's not. He's really. It's a new era also of him being very open. So in family therapy, we talk a lot about um, this,
yeah.
and really nurturing that piece of it. Him being open, him being to have uh, kind of more mature conversations, and I love it. So I'm just grateful for that and that he's trusting us.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a blessing in so many ways because he wasn't that way, right? And, from all of the things that, whatever's happening with his friends, because also like last week's episode, we talked about Cardi B. We don't know what's happening with her and Stefan.
Yes, it
Stefan.
is.
Just like with Matthew and his friends, we don't actually know what's going on, but we are here to support, so if that's not right for you, period. Because if something isn't right for me, ain't gonna do it, sweetie.
I mean, that's a great right. I mean, in relationship or friendships, what don't you want him to tolerate?
Disrespect or pressure. It's like I understand that pressure is a part of all of this, but knowing seeing him do this these maybe peer pressure moments that he knows aren't good for him and how he's walking away from them are these moments. I think I honestly at this moment couldn't ask for anything more because he's showing all of this great his character. It's just great. He just
Right.
yeah, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, similar in that too, I don't want him to think that or tolerate that a relationship is based on an exchange,
Mhm.
even in this gift giving of Valentine's Day, it was us kind of letting him know, like, it's okay to like still give a gift, but you don't have to spend X, Y, and Z,
Mhm.
like think of something from your heart, make a card, and he's very creative. So I know that he can do that, but, take it from more of something sweet and don't think of it that like, I have to spend this or that on this moment,
Mhm.
and I think that relates to friends too, because that could be a splashy situation in itself.
Mhm.
And yeah, I don't know. Did that make sense?
Yeah, and I also love that you said splashy. It's a great example because it's like you're not getting soaked, but you're getting splashed, you know? And that brings us right into delusional or divine.
Did you say delusional or divine?
I sure did.
I love that you brought this up. I
Because,
mean,
we love Matthew. We want to share the parts, and you parents understand, or if you're not there, it's happening. So put your seatbelts on, get your purse ready, and get it popping. But delusional or divine?
delusional or divine? It's a moment, and we had so many comments come through in the COCOISM Instagram regarding this love episode. It was wild. And yeah, delusional or divine. Let's start with the question somebody asked. If
Oh,
he says he deleted Grindr for you, but still knows who's online, delusional or divine?
delusional. I almost like you read that so fast, and I was like, all I heard was delusion. He said that he deleted the grinder for him. That's what the person said?
Right.
I think that's delusional.
Delusional.
Because how do you know that he's not, downloading it when you're not with him?
Hey, I see that, right? So
I don't be playing those games, honey.
it could be anything and
It's all or nothing, sweetie.
or nothing. Okay, if you loved them at your lowest, but they only chose you once you leveled up, delusional or divine?
You want me to answer that?
Yeah.
Because that is divine, sweetie. Because we have to remember a relationship, no matter how much you love somebody, you have to level up together. But also, you got to get your purse ready before you go into somewhere. Level up. Like, And I think that seeing someone do better is a turn on. If you're like, maybe you were with them before and they weren't doing so much, and then now you're like leveled up, period. What drawer do I put my panties in?
I mean,
I don't wear
let's
panties.
be real. Like, yes, yes. I mean, you said delusional?
No, I said divine.
Divine. I mean, there's a bit of delusional and divine, but delusional for sure, because if you stay, your delusion is taking you, to that place and keeping you where you should not be. So
Yeah, I mean, in the older
there's some
days,
delusion straight up in
yeah,
that,
relationship
for
is
sure.
or a marriage, a relationship. It is at the end of its core, and this is maybe controversial to say, but it is partially a business still. I have to say, because you love somebody, but what if they're not treating you right? What if they're not showing up for their responsibility? That's the business part of it. It is just as important as the love, in my opinion. And maybe that's
Right.
the Taurus Leo in me. Don't play with get it together, boo. Or
Or you're out.
well, or at least I'm looking back and be like, what the hell is going on? You know? I don't
It's
know.
amazing.
What about you? I know I just
Yeah. I
have a very
mean,
strong opinion about that.
my gosh, I saw the movie Papillion
Whew.
this weekend, and there was a lot of delusion up in that movie. And
Got a little hot.
I went in super excited. It's a story that I've seen, experienced, and I'm very familiar with. And it's such a movie of a like gay fetish, BDSM, relationship, situationship, and it ended so like, my God, I don't know, but there was the delusion that hit me in a way of like, oh man, I feel like there was moments in my younger years of like wanting to be in some sort of role or something in a relationship, thinking like that's how I am, and it's really not, but
Mm.
yeah, it told
That
it told that story.
Papillion was it Papillion?
Papillion.
I I think I'm just happy they're making movies like this because for me, it's like I had never really, I mean, I've heard, seen, like, been to Folsom, lived in San Francisco, seen it, but never really like saw that kind of honestly like beautiful portrayal of this like relationship, you know? And even after the movie, you heard people talking and they're like, how are we going from heated rivalries to this? When I'm like, okay, let's take a step back, people. All of these relationships exist. None of them are wrong. It's just nice that we're getting to see. I don't know exactly how it is to be in that relationship, but to me, I feel like I learned a lot. At least now I can, if someone's like, I'm this or I'm that, at least I have some knowledge and understanding of what that means. So A24, I said, boo, you guys are turning the movies out.
I'm loving A24 movies. I'm glad we saw the film.
Yeah.
It's very Sir Boy,
Yeah.
Master.
And thanks for sharing that you've like had the experience. Because I remembered after you said it, as soon as you said it, I remembered back in the day when you told me a little bit about it and like, interesting. Was that like any kind of like trauma or like uncomfortableness, like seeing it again? Because you haven't.
There's a lot of just introspect.
Mm,
I think just gay life, and I think within that there's a big journey within.
mm,
I spoke at an AA meeting this weekend, and I led the meeting. It was amazing. It's always an amazing experience for me because I get to almost leave myself because it gives me a moment of presence, and only my relationship with my higher power can get me through the moment and my honesty. So, like leaving home, going into the world, coming out, like all of those have so many different journeys involved. And I'm a huge fan of like the leather community. And I still am, but like within that, you see like the micro fetishes of different sorts of relationship. Within that, people really take those communities very serious.
mm,
And I think that's what I mean in the way of like, yeah, as much as I am attracted to leather itself, I found the community to be oh so serious, and And I honestly lived, I think, a big part of my like 20s, like envisioning that like I would be in a relationship with like this leather like daddy. Like,
Mm,
and then me exploring like not really relationships, but like dating within that, like, and it just never fit, right? Like
yeah.
it never fit.
Thank you for your love story confession.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, wow.
I
I
love that.
mean, and that's like, it's
Like,
like,
he's getting
and there was
hot.
some, I know, my fan.
Like, you need
But
to
there was
test this
literally some
interest.
moments like in the movie that like I've been in, and it's like, I don't know. I don't, you
Mm,
kind of go through a feelings. I work with my sponsor, and he says I say like you a lot when he's like boots. It's like me. So
mm,
I had a lot of experiences where I felt like I didn't fit in, like I didn't fit into that community as much as I was attracted to it,
mm,
which I thought was kind of weird. Like, I think sometimes in the community in general, there's like everyone should fit in.
yeah,
It's like, and that was just kind of a little side where I was like, I
yeah.
don't know. I'm
I
just
mean,
gonna love my leather, love what I do.
it brings you back to, like, Kristen Bear and, like, the creative sobriety, her making her own space in a community that she didn't feel like she fit in.
Right.
So, space is always there is so much real estate that you make your own way,
Totally. I
you
feel like
know?
I'm choking. Remember at the meeting you said
I
I
know.
felt like
He
I
was
feel like
there
there's a big
thirsty.
frog in my throat right now.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to talk.
And I love that you just brought us into love
My God.
era confession.
Woo, I need to turn on the
You
AC.
started the first one. We need the AC on and it's storming in LA,
Oh
which
my
is
God.
just totally weird. But
But thank you for being so
yeah,
supportive.
glad
And
to.
I always feel embraced by my
Yeah.
husband because when I put on my leather, you make me feel sexy. I
Mhm.
feel sexy, and
I
I,
now that I
I,
never really
wow.
noticed that until now that you say that. And that's crazy. So thanks, John.
Yeah, it's
Because
great.
now even for myself, I will see you.
It's true. It's
Period.
crazy. Hmm.
Period.
Oh my God. So love era confessions.
So this is a little we reached
Woo!
out. It's the COCOISM community, the Coco Puffs,
The bootsy roll. Oh
and we asked for a little messy love stories, and we got a lot. We're gonna get into a few. Hit it, boot.
my God. So many confessions came through. So
I
thank
love it.
you. Okay, here we go. Okay. I was in love with my best friend, but he was married and I was about to get married. His marriage was really struggling, so I tried to help him by asking his wife to organize my bachelorette party and asking her to be a bridesmaid so that they both were at my wedding and could maybe rekindle their marriage. It was really painful and it didn't work. I also scrapped his whole playlist as my wedding playlist. Oh, I scalped his whole playlist as my wedding playlist. I was hopeless with him for so many years, from eighth grade until my late 30s.
Okay,
Oh,
so let's give this person a name. From reading that, what would you name that human?
I'm giving her,
Oh, it's a her.
I mean them. I'm giving them, uh, Dark Sunset.
Period. I love it. I love it. And
What do you think about that?
I mean, I can't relate at all, but that deserves its own episode in a TV show.
I do
Like,
too.
I could totally see that as a Black Mirror, you know?
Yeah, it's like lots of little twists and turns,
I mean,
right?
when
From
she said she invited them to the wedding and one was the bridesmaids and the playlist was their playlist, Goop gathered.
oh,
Yes, that was her playlist at the wedding.
there was a lot to capture in
Woo!
just this. My goodness.
All right, you wanna read another?
Well, I'm
I
just
feel like
I
it's getting a little hot.
yes, Miss Dark Sunset, I hope you're in a better place now.
Yeah,
Thank you for sharing. Thank you.
it's a good one.
Wow. Woo. Okay. Okay. Seem to always fall for emotionally unavailable men.
Mm.
I was in love with my gay best friend for 10 years. Laughing out loud. Let's start there. I finally got over that and fell for a guy that was supposed to be just friends with benefits, who also happened to be 15 years younger than me. And topping that off, I married a man I married a man child who's 13 years younger, an addict, and eventually a cheater. He wasn't all bad. He was very obsessed with me, which my Leo ego craved. However, he couldn't be the husband I needed, and resentment built up. We did last just over a decade. However, it should have ended much sooner. Attachment and comfortability is hard to let go of. I think I make most of my romantic choices from fear. I'm in weekly therapy now and trying hard to understand myself, why I do what I do.
Mm,
Trying to be content being single and also really trying to connect, nurture, and love my child self the way I needed but didn't get.
beautiful.
This is beautiful.
Yeah. Nicely said. I think thanks for plugging your astrology in that because it's a huge part of it. And
I
I'm happy that you know what you need to do and be honest to that. I like how she said like to child self. It's the most important we all need to be a little bit more childlike. I think we take everything very seriously.
I agree, and I applaud you for being so honest in your journey.
Mhm.
It sounds to me that you really do see yourself
Mm.
and you see that then hey, like things happen, but also it doesn't have to be that way. And you are deserving of love.
Busted be.
Wow. These are making me emotional.
But, like, I just, yeah, I'm so grateful for these story. I mean, I feel like we could have a little telenovela up in here. Yeah.
Right. Okay, let's get into another one. I
Move
want you
along.
guys to know that we didn't read these beforehand. So
Not at
these
all.
are just kind of like coming at us and I'm feeling a lot and I'm just really appreciate that everybody took the time to share their honesty. And I feel like even at times when you hear yourself speak, like these aren't our confessions, but somebody wrote this. This is a personal journey of somebody.
Mhm.
And even for them to hear us read it out loud, I think is part of the healing process too, and another piece of the journey. Okay, so the story happened between me and my ex that we were on and off again. This, like to this day, like he was. I like when he was good. I like when the good was good. It was good, but when the bad was bad, it was bad. So he was that boyfriend like that I was obsessed with, passionate about, and we finally had our last breakup, and it was before it was right it was right before my 25th birthday,
Mm.
and we hadn't spoken in 2 months. And then literally the day before my birthday, he contacted me and we met. And I told him, he's like, "Hey, how are you doing this?" And I told him that I was going to Vegas with some girlfriend the next day to celebrate my birthday. And in that, so one of my girlfriends drinks too much
Ooh.
or something actually. No, someone drugged her basically. We didn't know that, but she was really erratic and started screaming at me like at 2 a.m. I wasn't laughing at the person being drugged. Like in a hotel lobby, screaming like Jerry Springer at me, calling me a bitch and how horrible I was.
Oh my
And
god.
now here I am, like in the hotel crying. It's my birthday. And I'm like, I can't believe she ruined my birthday. And then she goes on into one of those stalls in the bathroom and she starts throwing up and she turns purple. I didn't even care. I was so mad at her. And so now I'm walking in heels, drunk, through a hotel at 3 a.m. on my birthday. I decided to pick up the phone and call my ex. So I call him and I'm like, "You're never going to believe that Julie did what Julie did to me." And he's like, "Wait, where are you?" I'm like, "What do you mean? I told you I'm in Vegas." He's like, "Now, no." He's like, "Now I know, but what hotel are you in Vegas?" I don't know what hotel I'm in right now. Let me find out why. He's like, "Well, just tell me where you are." And I was like, "I'm at the MGM." And he's like, "Okay, walk up to the valet." So I walk up to the valet and he had literally driven to Las Vegas and he literally got off the exit just as I called him. And of course, he's at the valet, gives his car in, and then we see each other and it was love all over again.
Period. Wow. That is a
It was
story.
passionate and it was just wow.
Yeah. That was a story.
Woo!
Yeah.
I mean, this is like a taste of our life.
Yes, honey.
I mean,
Whole feeling like One Life to Live with the little, All My Children, Erica Kane
my
specifically.
mind almost, yeah,
Yeah.
sounded like
gooped.
Lots of twists and turns right in there.
Yeah.
It was very, I think there was it was that wild weekend in Vegas that
Mm,
maybe most of us have had. I know I have.
me
Drinking,
too.
drunk, the most craziest things happen.
Mm,
And thank God didn't have an experience like this. But
mm.
um, what would you tie? How would you? Who would you? What name would you give this person? Well, Bernadette, we love you.
Yeah, 'cause 2025, that's a rough time. Lots is happening.
A lot.
Lots of stuff or F's not given, and then there's a lot of love that you don't really know where to put. You're just doing a lot of love, but then you're like, "Actually, is this right for me? Is this a good place for me to be?"
When we decided to do this episode, we didn't really know what it was gonna give, right? And
Mm.
it's making me a little uncomfortable because there's
Oh.
some raw honesty in there, and
Mm,
I didn't even know I'm ready for it, but I'm ready. I take it, I receive it, and it's like the engagement from the COCOISM community
mm,
is what we want. So
mhm.
these are very powerful stories, and I'm wishing everyone who submitted, like, take care of yourself
Yeah.
and just stay present in knowing who you are. I mean, we actually received one confession that was so deep, we can't just skim it.
Oh.
And it deserves its own episode, especially because it touches on sobriety,
Mm.
cheating, what love looks like when you're not fully yourself.
Mm.
And we're not playing with that story. We're going to unpack it properly.
Yes, because there is so much to be learned from everything that this human has to say.
I love
Yeah.
that. Stay tuned.
Thank you, Cocoa Puffs, Boosie Rose. Thank you for the notes, and I'm just really grateful. Really grateful.
Amazing.
Period.
Amazing.
Woo! Lordy.
Oh my gosh.
The love I outgrew. That is interesting. I'm gonna let you start with that. The love I outgrew.
Well, I mean, I'd love to know a love lesson that changed you recently, something
Mm-mm.
you've never fully said out loud. I know I spoke a little bit about something, but anything come to mind for you?
I think that it's a love lesson. What did you say? Sorry.
A lesson that changed you recently in love, something you've never fully said out loud.
Mm, that I really think it really has to surround it's like your sobriety because I think that it really made me realize that I have not loved myself or other people as much as I could. And with that said, it's really comes from like the last, few months really of like not really, last I guess year of like having a few drinks, but then more time not having them and really understanding my feelings and then my feelings for other people and then like how I want to change those relationships, and how like I have maybe played or been in my head a victim to all of these people that have had like maybe addictions, whatever. My own, maybe I have had these addictions to people that have addictions, and with that, it's like it shows me the work that I need to do on myself so that I can love myself in a different, more full way so that I can love the people that I love differently.
Wow.
Does that make sense? Like I was circling a lot.
No, it really does because it's like it sounds like you had an unexpected journey,
Mhm.
right? And then something was revealed within that.
Yeah.
And if it relates to my journey in sobriety, like it's just I don't know. It's like proof that it doesn't matter where you are in your life or what piece of sobriety you're living in, even if you're not, um, just being in recovery, being, like almost like a contact high, right? It's
Mhm.
like there is you've been able to gather something for yourself from the experience that I'm having, and you're part of it, right? I
Mhm.
mean, You're a huge part of it, and I think that's so validating because you are working on things and discovering things about yourself that maybe you wouldn't have, you know?
Totally.
And I'm so happy that, like, I we get to have these conversations with each other because I get to share with you exactly where I'm at, what I'm going through. You know, you're a part of the community. You're in my meetings and it's really special and you know, my friends and, you know, they love you. They're your friends and you're getting something, you're capturing something of yourself.
Mm.
And that's also something that I would not have really expected, right? It's like,
Mhm.
but it's amazing to see you be able to like put that into words.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh my God.
No, it's great. Yeah, it's just steady work, you know? It's all the
Uh,
things, all the things.
well,
Good.
God,
No,
I
yeah.
mean, we celebrated our 10th Valentine's Day. So
And
I love my flowers and I love
and I've probably been covering them the whole time. My big
but
shocker.
that was amazing too.
Yeah.
I had thought about something that I also have learned in the past year. Well, it made me think about a relationship
Mm,
and the gift uh of being in this place where we're at or where I'm at right
mm,
now. And, you know, I had a relationship, I don't really maybe like 15 years back that involved like a super like, you know, it was to be honest, like a health crisis
mm,
for myself, like within the relationship. And I feel like there was so much trauma in that moment that the trauma itself, like, you know, encompassed the whole relationship around that trauma and like,
mm,
you know, sealed it, you know, with like a metal casing, right? And that was when that was broken, I felt like that was such a devastating part of life because it really was the looking back, it was the trauma from that moment really being released,
mm,
you know, and for years I didn't really you don't see that, right? You think like love hurts, like, you know, love doesn't work or you know, love you can't be loved. And I've learned so much in my life, you know, from just that piece of time that like I had to learn about myself, right? And I had to realize like what that was and it's this time of my life that I get to really like see things for what they are.
mm,
And it was an experience, right? It was an experience that got me here today and allowed me to have a beautiful relationship with you
mm,
and to like know um how I can give love, be loved, accept myself and like really like live in that. And
mm,
so it's pretty special like to have these lessons that happen through life,
mm.
you know?
Yeah,
Like and I love that I thought about that
yeah.
because it's like there's so much like I don't know,
Mhm.
there's so much good.
I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
I love it. I love you so
Deep
much.
stuff. Love you.
My gosh, COCOISM. I mean,
Yeah, really, really unpacking the purse.
knowing the man that you are today, what are some rules that you have?
Oh,
You know, some
wow.
rules of love that you would maybe, you know, insert into your life or that you would, you know, give to your best friend.
I think that the word rules and then the word love shouldn't be at all next to each other. So what I'll say is I think that we all have to first show up in the best version of ourselves. And then in being the best version of ourselves, we don't then allow people, whoever those people are that you wanting to love, into your life unless they're showing up for you. Like you in my early 20s, I was in relationships and I was okay with being okay with a relationship that maybe I shouldn't have been in. I was okay with it because I didn't really understand myself in it. And then there's that moment where you realize you see yourself and you see what your potential is. And sometimes those things aren't aligned. So if we're gonna put a rule on it, it's really make sure that you are prepared by respecting yourself and knowing what you want out of your life before you step out and start dating anyone, really spend some time getting to know you. Really, like, it's not, yes, there's fun times to be had, there's things to do, but it's like the faster that you realize that, like, you are the most important thing. And once you are good, then you will attract those people. Never been one to like, oh, I need to go out there and date and like find somebody. It's like things happen and it's literally the natural flow of everything. And that's how it happens. And I think that a lot of people can be a little clogged because they're searching for love. And love is all around us. And I think that when you're searching so hard, it's because we haven't taken the time to really just reflect on ourselves. So maybe a rule is reflect on yourself, get to know yourself, love yourself so that you can attract exactly what you want. Period. Just be talking in circles.
I
Oh.
mean, Coco, you speak so beautifully, and I'm excited for the next 10 years and many more of our Valentines. The love era is here at COCOISM, and I can just leave with choose love but never abandon yourself. This episode has been too many things.
Way too many.
Way too many.
So
I mean, let's be
too many things
together.
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 Hearing. Wow.
We met at drag brunch, queens in full bloom. I'm a Coco sipping tea from across the room. She leaned in like, that's your man, no doubt. Then flipped her fan and walked right out. Johnny Boots had a look, had a vibe, had a style, sharp tongue, soft smile, gave Coco denial, but give it a beat and they lock right in.